Hi everyone, I'm Mohit. I'm from Section D. My roll number is 2501274. I'm doing this video as an assignment for my IEP project. India, one of the fastest growing economies on the planet. GDP rising at 7% a year. But here's the question nobody wants to answer. Where are the jobs? 45% of India's youths are unemployed. 10 million new workers enter the job market every single year, and 93% of the entire workforce survives in the informal economy. No contracts, no security, no benefits. This is the story of jobless growth. Jobless growth is when GDP expands rapidly, but stable jobs don't follow. Between 2015 and 2023, India's economy grew between 6.5 and 8.7 percentage annually. Employment growth, it barely crossed 2% in the best of the years. Unemployment hit 7.8% in 2023. Urban youth unemployment crossed 18%. And here's what makes this especially alarming. Over 65% of unemployed Indians hold formal degrees. India has a graduate unemployment paradox, a generation that studies hard but still can't find work. Meanwhile, India's female labor force participation is just 20%, among the lowest in major economies in the world. How did India end up here? Six structural causes: capital intensive growth, IT and finance boomed but employ relatively few, labor intensive manufacturing strengthened, skill mismatch, millions of graduates, but education is disconnected from what industries need. Automation, machines replaced workers in manufacturing, BPO, and agriculture faster than new jobs were created. Agricultural stagnation. 45% of workers are still in low productivity farming, with too few farm jobs to absorb them. Weak domestic demand. When people don't earn enough, business don't expand. A vicious cycle. Rigid labor laws. Complex regulations made formal hiring expensive, so companies hire informally or didn't hire them at all. These are the six causes which are mentioned in the slide. How we got here? This wasn't built overnight. 1991 liberalization opened India's economy, GDP soared, but the jobs went to service and take, not not to the factories and the farms where most Indians worked. 2016 demonetization wiped out 1.5 million jobs in just 2 months, gutting the informal sector. 2017 GST burdened small businesses, India's biggest employers, with compliance costs they weren't ready for. 2020 COVID-19 destroyed around 122 million jobs in April alone. Millions of migrant workers walked hundred of kilometers home. Many never returned to formal work. Today, GDP is back above 7%, but formal job creation remains structurally weak. India is still growing and it is still jobless. What is the path forward? The solutions are no. What needed is the will to execute them. Manufacturing by PLI schemes in textiles and food processing can generate 6 to 8 million formal jobs by 2027. Scaling reforms must align education with industry, targeting 400 million trained workers by 2030. Labor law simplification through the four labor codes must be fully implemented to incentivize formalization and gender inclusion through childcare and safer workplace. Could alone add 1.5% to GDP, but barriers are real. Political resistance to painful reforms, a strained fiscal deficit, uneven state capacity, and weak demand trap that is self-reinforcing. This is the implementation plan with barriers to reform. Every year, we can conclude here on every year, 10 million young Indians enter the workforce, educated, ambitious, and waiting. As India's own economy survey stated, the greatest challenge of the 21st century for India is not poverty. It is creation of productive and defined employment for all its citizens. The policies exist. The urgency is real. India cannot call itself truly prosperous until its growth is felt in hands and homes of every one of the people.